Welcome to the world's first multilingual youth talk show, Hey the World. And this is the third season. In this season, we brought together the young pioneers in the implementation of the Global Development Initiative, the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, and gathered together the youth leaders from the first batch of 100 excellent actions of the Action Plan for Global Youth Development to focus on global development issues and contribute youth innovative solutions. And now, let us feel the wisdom and power of the global youth in building a community with a shared future for mankind.
According to the latest statistics from the United Nations, in sub-Saharan Africa, Oceania, and Western Asia, girls are still facing numerous obstacles in accessing primary and secondary education. There are 781 million adults and 126 million teenagers worldwide who lack basic literacy and arithmetic skills, with women making up 60% of these numbers. Obtaining high-quality education is fundamental to improving people's lives and achieving sustainable development. Young people worldwide play a crucial role in ensuring the inclusive and equitable quality education and lifelong learning for all. Morenikeji Fatima Adebimpe from Nigeria has been trying to empower children from rural areas to have equal rights and opportunities to be educated. Today, let's follow her to experience a debate class in the Africa.
Hello everyone, my name is Morenikeji Fatima Adebimpe, the project manager of Ibadan Schools Debate Training and Competition. This project is an initiative of Black Girls Dream Initiative, a non-governmental organization in Nigeria that is primarily focused on SDGs 4 and 5, gender equality, quality education. Today, I feel honored to stand before you to share what Black Girls Dream Initiative is doing with Ibadan Schools Debate Training and Competition. Nigeria has a universal basic education law that mandates that the government provide free education for every child for at least 9 years. Unfortunately, nothing about this law imposes that the education provided must be of good quality, all-round and inclusive. The Nigerian education system, particularly at the primary and secondary levels, is largely underfunded, and there is very little investment in terms of creating new curriculums and innovative education models, even within the private education sector. This has translated to low quality of education that does not emphasize building the soft skills young people need to be innovative agents of change and active citizens. Moreover, a running idea has been established. Children are the leaders of tomorrow, and society has a great role to play in steering these leaders in the right direction. Also, the society is currently filled with different harmful gender stereotypes, and more than ever, there's a huge need to shield these children from such stereotypes. Ibadan Schools Debate Training and Competition is Black Girls Dream Initiative's societal contribution to training children who can envision a better future for themselves and the world at large, and are shot at truly achieving gender equality. Specifically, we believe that the world is their stage, and their voice is a tool for change. In line with this belief, the project is an avenue for adequately training students within ages 13 and 19 in high schools in Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria, in public speaking, critical thinking, speech writing, and research. The project is a platform for the discussion of relevant national and international issues that help build a sense of responsibility in participants. Through the research that is a prerequisite to participating in the debate, students are able to find out new information that triggers a sense of participation in them. This is not all. The third edition introduced lessons on the Sustainable Development Goals, as we believe that awareness of the Sustainable Development Goals is a first step towards achieving social change. We also extended our training to people with disabilities. They were taught essay writing. Lastly, Ibadan Schools Debate Competition doubles as a conference where students are able to interact with role models who provide a new perspective on social issues in the society. Ibadan Schools Debate Training and Competition is an annual project, and it is currently in its third year. Yearly, our team proposes a list of schools to go to, and with our partnership with the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology in Oyo State, These schools grant us access to their students. The team also works on getting volunteer trainers that are instrumental to the success of the training and the entire project. These volunteer trainers are seasoned public speakers, and they use the public speaking guide that was prepared by Alade Kodijat and Bola Temitoke Mariam. The training involves introducing the students to the basics of public speaking, giving them topics for tryout, and organizing a mini competition amongst the students to pick students that will represent each of the schools during the competition. All the editions have recorded tremendous success. However, this is not to be interpreted as the absence of some challenges. The major challenge we are usually faced with is the refusal of some selected schools to participate in the training. This is because the schools have in place a schedule that cannot accommodate our training. Our means of resolving this challenge is replacing such school or schools. Another challenge is raising funds for the project. Our budget does not grow thinner, and we need all the funds we can get. However, the process of getting sponsors has never been an easy one, but we always survive and give all participants an unforgettable and beautiful experience. In the face of these challenges, there are success stories that make everything, including the challenges, worth the entire process. One of such stories is being presented United Nations 2021 Distinguished Service Award upon being nominated by one of the students that was trained during the first edition. Another would be students that have completed the training, reaching out to give back by joining our pool of volunteer trainers. Ladies and gentlemen, working on a project like this comes with learning and unlearning. As a project manager, I have learned how best to manage and interact with people. This includes team members, volunteer trainers, volunteers for the main event, sponsors, school administrators, students, among others. Dealing with these people has helped in learning that while we all want to achieve the same goal, we all are different people, and it is necessary to not miss out such fine detail. As earlier stated, the project is currently in its third year, and we have trained 1,107 students across 53 schools in Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. We have absolute trust in the ability of these children to be change makers in their different communities. They are a generation of stars that will not be silenced as they are aware of the power they can wield with their contributions, with their voices. For Black Girls Dream Initiative, this project is not meant to end with the competition. We are looking forward to smashing patriarchy by empowering women and girls to be leaders and decision makers, and reorienting boys and men in order to create a society that is not only our shared space, but also feels like it. Moving on, there is a great sense of accomplishment that follows the completion of each edition of Ibadan Schools Debate Training and Competition. For us, the success of each edition lies in different students from different schools climbing the stage to discuss current challenges while preferring solutions to such problems. That moment of getting on the stage and holding the microphone is always one of great pride for everyone involved. Without doubt, the students that have climbed the stage for the competition and the ones that were trained are our success story. As a person, I believe there's so much we can do all around us. There are children that look up to us, and there are children that need to be mentored. It is our responsibility and yours to show them and teach them how to navigate their way through an ever-evolving world and how they can make a positive difference. While the future is theirs to live in, now is the start of that journey to a future they will always be proud of, and it is left to us to write how we want to be remembered in that future. In conclusion, I want to sincerely appreciate you all for listening and to implore us to always be a voice of change, as the world is a stage and your words can make so much difference and positive impact. Once again, thank you very much.
Welcome back. This is the world's first multilingual youth talk show, Hey the World. Thanks to Fatima for sharing your inspiring story about your journey in empowering people and providing quality education. Your efforts also inspired the youth worldwide. By fostering debate skills, we can stimulate a more powerful critical thinking ability among the younger generation, while also enhancing the sense of social responsibility. This is a highly effective educational method. Today, we have invited friends from different countries with different backgrounds, probably experiencing different types of education in different continents. So I would really like to go around the table and ask about your opinion or your definition of quality education. I will start with you, Jennifer. You have both the experience of studying in China, teaching in China, and having a very important active role in education industry in here as well. So tell me about your experience, your journey, and your definition of quality education.
Absolutely. I just have so much respect for all of the Chinese kids. The Chinese are doing so much to get their students ahead and to give them every opportunity to succeed. And moving into the education industry as a teacher and in management of education here in China, I've seen Chinese people do incredible things to provide opportunities to so many different people, especially those in rural educations. There's actually one initiative in Beijing called the Migrant Children's Foundation. This program allows sons and daughters of migrant workers in Beijing to gain access to really good quality education. There's also a program called the Education of Rural Girls in China. I've helped with several fundraisers for them to help bring a quality education to girls all around China. So it's so inspiring to see education being brought to girls all across the world. And definitely what you said in your speech about the empowerment of young girls, because, it's so much up to us and our generation to push forward the importance of educating our young women and showing them that they have all the possibility to succeed in this world.
I totally agree with what you said about empowering women to learn more. To me, what education with quality means is an overlapping, that everybody has access to education. In El Salvador, a couple of years ago, the most important problem was women education. However, right now, I would not say it has been completely solved, but there has been a lot of progress in that area. So right now, what the government is trying to do is making education accessible so they can get out of the poverty cycle. As we know, poverty and education are deeply correlated.
Thank you very much. I totally agree with you. I echo your opinion as well that education and economy both are very strong and important pillars of our society. And if we have a strong education, it leads to a strong economy as well. And with that being said, I also would like to ask your opinion about how a quality education results to a strong economy, a strong science and technology industries as well.
As education is an ornament in prosperity and also a refuge in adversity. China has made a great example of it for all of us. I hope that one day all around the world, people in any country can enjoy the not only comprehensive education but also higher education and have more possibilities and access to it.
Giving jobs, and I think that's why, as Jennifer mentioned, why education is so important, because it gives people a future. It almost changes destiny, and that's why Chinese family do invest quite a lot in education.
With competence, with the ability to be able to do great things that are not just within the classroom environment. And interestingly, having to empower the women through hearing their voice with debates, being able to stand within their peers or even on a bigger scale to be able to express their ideas is really fascinating. It is really, 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 really important that African women, the fact that they're very intelligent, they find it very difficult to air out their voice, so particularly based on tradition and culture. But these platforms give the ladies, the young women, the opportunity to be able to be heard, to be able to hear their voice, to have confidence, to believe in themselves. This prepares them for the future. And this really, really would solve a lot of problems, both in terms of employment, poverty eradication. If you train a woman, she takes care of most of the responsibility of making the child a responsible adult when he grows. So in my opinion, this project of yours is highly commendable, and I'm so delighted to, experience it and also encourage that it should be further enhanced, to improve girl-child education in Nigeria. Thank you so much.
Well, we believe that an educated woman empowers 3 generations, and it enhances the quality of overall the whole society. And luckily today, in this day and age, with digital tools, internet, education has been more accessible. We have access to all the knowledge in the world at the palm of our hands. So having access to internet and having access to remote education certainly brings some sort of equity and giving us equal access to gain knowledge, gain skills, and put them into use. But at the same time, we should not forget that having access is not enough. We need to have access to high-quality education. And when we talk about high-quality education, certainly Tsinghua comes to mind. And I will also like to get a little bit more of your opinion of how do you perceive high-quality and higher education institutes such as Tsinghua in Beijing?
Talk about quality education, they immediately think of elite education. But the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, it is quality education, but the whole entire sentence is ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promoting lifelong education for all. So this also is a reminder that education doesn't stop at school. It's a lifelong process. So for example, China invests significantly in technology in opening our courses. For example, massive open online courses, ensuring that content such as Tsinghua doesn't stay in Tsinghua, but it also is accessible to people in China and around the world. So this is one thing very, very important. So the Ministry of Education put a lot of attention on digitalization of education. And in China, of course, and another very, very famous Chinese saying that say it takes 10 years to grow a tree, but it takes 100 years to develop and cultivate a person. This remind us that education is a long process. So I think that's why when we talk about education, everyone feels so passionate. We've been through the process, but more importantly, we understand the importance.
I also would like to emphasize that another definition for quality education means an education that serves a very specific purpose to make the world around us better. I think today around the table we have different definitions about quality education. It's inclusive, it's accessible to everyone, it's practical, it's vocational. But most importantly, I think education is a lifelong journey, and it's a goal to make society for us and for everyone. I would like to thank each and every one of you for sharing your insights about quality education. Ensuring global citizens, especially the poor and disadvantaged, have access to inclusive, equitable, and quality education and lifelong learning opportunities is important to improve the quality of the global population, laying a foundation for the world's continued development. Young people across the globe are a key force in the advancement of inclusive and equitable quality education and have been playing a pioneering role. They know that education is the driving force for progress. They demonstrate a positive attitude in providing solutions for those who lack access to education. And they also practically promote universal access to education. At the same time, they advocate tailored teaching to respect and realize learners' potential. All these efforts have made essential contributions to improving the education of the global citizens. As global young people, we will take actions to achieve sustainable development goals and make huge contribution to inclusive and equitable quality education. Thank you very much. This is Hey the World.
We have absolute trust in the ability of these children to be change makers in their different communities. They are a generation of stars that will not be silent as they are aware of the power they can wield with their contributions, with their voices.
Tenemos plena confianza en la capacidad de estos niños para ser agentes de cambio en sus diferentes comunidades. Son una generación de estrellas que nos mantendrán en silencio, conscientes del poder que pueden ejercer con sus contribuciones y sus voces.
We believe that the world is their stage, and their voice is a tool for change.
我们相信世界是他们的舞台，而他们的声音是改变世界的力量。
It is our responsibility and yours to show them and teach them how to navigate their way through an ever-evolving world and how they can make a positive difference.
Il nous incombe à vous et à moi de leur montrer et de leur enseigner comment se débrouiller dans le monde en perpétuelle évolution et comment ils peuvent contribuer de manière positive.
While the future is theirs to live in, now is the start of that journey to a future they will always be proud of, and it is left to us to write how we want to be remembered in that future.
Сейчас начинается путь к будущему, на которое не всегда будут гордиться, и остается за нами написать, как мы хотим.